Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to A Place in Space. I know it's been a whole bloody week since we did one of these, but they are fun, so let's do another. It's New Comic Book Day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Right, we've got a load of one-shots from Marvel this week. We've got Blade Vampire Nation to kick things off. Now, this is Mark Russell writing. It's wicked to see Blade back front and centre. You could very easily have a series of these at one point, or at least an ongoing series from Blade, please, because that'd be bloody awesome. He's dealing with the fallout of Nation of Vampires. Understandably, he's not very happy. It's very cool. Another one-shot, Captain America and the Winter Soldier Special. That is out this week. That is awesome, as is this. Now, this is not a one-shot. It is. Technically, it's part 2 of Peach Momoko's dealing with all things Civil War. Now, at this point, I think it's fair to say Peach Momoko's verse has been a massive success. It's beautifully done, and they are all, frankly, selling out like hotcakes. We don't really have any of the preceding issues and one-shots left. So just in case you're thinking, is it a brand new starting on point? Technically, that is part 2, all right? Got a few more one-shots coming up. This is a one-shot tying into Murder World. Now, I'm not sure who at Marvel was watching Squid Game on repeats recently, but here you're dealing with somebody with infinite resources who has organised a very deadly online competition where there's massive prize money and all the contestants die. Stop me if you've heard that one before, but Black Widow obviously hasn't, and she's rather pissed off about it. So let's see where that Murder World goes. That is Avengers one-shot this week. Now this, frankly, we've got none left, so if there's ever an argument for pre-orders in my life, I think it's this. This is Gold Goblin, and I was sniffing this out for a while. This sounds very cool. Obviously, Norman's had some experience with gliders in the past. He's gotten himself in a little bit of trouble in the past, dare we say. Had to save Petey recently from 2 hobgoblins by hopping back on the glider. Trying to stay good, but he's also had to dye himself gold. If he can stay good, let's wait and find out, because I don't think so. But yeah, that's all but gone, okay? So if you weren't already used to looking at pre-orders, they're very, very useful at doing so. We stick everything up 2 months at a time, and frankly, some stuff just flies these days, so we don't always have everything left for sale on the day of release. Okay, we will try and get more of this if we do sell out tonight, which I think is very likely. Let's move over to DC for just a few moments. You've got Batman Superman World's Finest issue 9. Now, I wanted to spotlight this super quickly because this has some of the best sequences I've ever seen Dan Mora draw. I bloody love Dan Mora's artwork. The man's a beautiful guy at what he does. And frankly, it's got some of the best pencils I've ever seen for Joker and Ratcatcher. Now, Ratcatcher is a villain that whenever he appears, I love seeing him. If you don't want to see what he looks like with a Joker, then look away now if you don't mind. But Dan Mora, you're a babe with them pencils, man. Keep that on going. That's very cool. That's Batman Superman World's Finest issue 9. Right, where am I up to? Oh, yeah, good. Dark Crisis Worlds Without a Batman one-shot is also out from the good boys and girls at DC, as is this. This is probably one of the Batman One Bad Day one-shots I've been looking forward to the most. This is Jerry Dugan writing, Matteo Scalera drawing. That's the Mr. Freeze one-shot. Now, if I've ever waffled you on about him before, Victor Von Freeze is one of my favourite villains of all time. When he's done well, he's absolutely one of the best. I read this at lunch because I'm a hound, and I needed to read it, and I just wanted to see what Scalera did with him, and Jesus, he did my boy good. Like, look away if you don't want to see, but that's how I want to see Von Doom looking. That is just... Oh, Von Doom? Listen to me waffle on. Von Freeze. Very cool. Bit of a heartbreaking issue, won't lie. Victor Freeze has always been one of those Shakespearean characters fraught with tragedy and almost joy, but mainly tragedy. When it's written well, it can be a very, very serious thing. I know in the modern era you say Victor Freeze and everyone kind of has a little bit of Arnie in their head. Fair enough. You know, you kind of get a hokiness with the character sometimes, but when it's done well, it's crushing. That's quite a grim issue. Really enjoyed it though. Absolutely loved it. Few quick indies, and I think we're moving on to covers of the week. You've got I Hate Fairyland, which is coming back to you from the debauched mind that is Scotty Young. Now, Gert returns after 30 years in the Fairyland, I think it's fair to say at this point. It might look a little bit fluffy. Don't give it to the kids, though. That's definitely 18 plus. Scotty Young is not going to write you a kid-friendly book on that one. Giggle like an actual kid when reading it on the bus, though, because it's going to be naughty. Sonic the Hedgehog has a Tails 30th anniversary one-shot out this week, which is lovely to see. It's good. Sonic is getting a lot of love these days. Rightly so. The movies have been and gone, and there's a lot of nostalgia for the character. And every single issue we stock goes and sells out. Okay, so if you're ever on the fence and think I might wait, please don't. These do not last. 2 issues here which kind of tie into each other, but you'll see what I mean. Coming Home is a very serious book written by veterans of the armed forces and have some really quite tragic stories to tell, I think it's fair to say at this point. Harrowing, tragic and very powerful. All the proceeds from the book go towards the mental health benefits, shall we say, of armed forces veterans. This is Rogue State number 1 by Black Mask, which is an oversized DC Black Label-esque kind of size, just for reference. This is about America gone nuts or nutsier, and if they just completely refuse to be governed, all laws broken down, militia breaking down everything. David Lloyd of V for Vendetta fame is championing that, and God knows how many motifs within that book have now come true today. This is a terrifyingly apt look, at modern stuff which is currently going on. Concepts so familiar, they're absolutely terrifying. If that's entertainment to you, go nuts. All I'm saying is that you might not read a more real book that technically shouldn't be real. We'll find out. A few quick covers of the week, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, we're good. This is Something is Killing the Children 26. That is Jenny Frisch and Virgin variant cover, which is just bloody spectacular. Jenny, keep going. Whatever you're doing, don't stop, because that's awesome. Art Germ returns on the I Hate Fairyland variant cover. That's really nice to see him stretching out of his comfort zone actually and doing something a little bit different. Really enjoyed that. Frank Frazetta is a master to millions at this point. I think his artwork has inspired millions. It's fair to say, seeing him on the front cover of any book is always a joy. That is his Death Dealer adaptation by Opus Publishing. Lyrix Lee chimes on the DC versus Vampires. That's lovely. But I'm going to give it to two more. This is Alex Maleev doing the Captain America and the Winter Soldier special variant cover. Just simple, but I really like. But because I'm a biased pig, I'm going to give it to Batman One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze special. That is all out this week. Hopefully we'll have some of those left. Now, thank you very much for watching and joining us all week. As always, if you like, please do like, comment, share, subscribe, and send me a £5 in cash. If you don't like, please do like, comment, share, and send me a £10 in cash, and I'll be a happy man. See you all in a week, ladies and gentlemen. If you're coming to the show this weekend, I shall see you at London Comic Con. If you're not, I will see you tanked up on Red Bull the week after. Much love. Bye.